Everybody, I've been a few days without a commission, but really good timing today. I just got a new one from a friend, one who has commissioned me quite a few times for like Dungeons and Dragons style characters. Looks like he's playing a new type of tabletop game, and it always looks kind of funny when I set these up. But the first thing I'm going to do is set up my references and set up like this text guide that he made me. Now we have a goal. We're going to try to push ourselves toward this goal. I'm not sure if I'll hit it. But we'll try. We'll do everything we can to hit this goal. I don't want to get complacent with goals like this. The goal I have is to finish this within time to make $25 an hour. We're getting commissioned for $90, so that sets our time limit to 3 hours and 36 minutes, including this setup time. So I know the process of sketching toward refinement, toward line art, toward color, toward 5-value scale. So we're going to try to do that in a more truncated the word in a more accelerated way. So I have my references set up here. We're just going to merge down, put them all in the same layer here, and then lower the opacity. And now I'm going to take this text and just consolidate it into my own kind of notes. So I'm just going to write things down here on a different layer. I'll call this the notes layer, notes in Sketch. And then we will use our pencil that we like to use, HB pencil in black. Let's actually use the inker brush already. So we're just gonna use our inker brush and start taking notes. So let's annotate this. Already, I'm playing the game called Dragonbane. Setting is like D&D meets Kingdom Hearts. So that's our vibe. Vibe equals D&D plus Kingdom Hearts. We'll be traveling from planet to planet on a ship, but space is so it's futuristic. So space travel is okay. But space is more akin to the ocean than actual space. So it's like, but sailing, more like ocean. So maybe they're using sails out there, maybe using solar winds or light winds or something like that. More like ocean sailing, okay? A new race, Phibian. Let's write it in a place where the annotations won't get in the way. So, Phibian. Frog-like. There's very crude notes here. Humanoid frog figures, frog-like humanoid. Like that. I like to think of the race as a culture similar to the Philippines Pacific Islands, being expert navigators of the seas. Okay, so expert navigators, like PIPH, so like Pacific Islander or Philippines. Stonefist Louis, so Stonefist Louis is the name. He is a monk class. Just trying to earn enough money. Trying to earn enough money as muscle for hire to start adventuring. Oh, is my thing getting untwisted? Adventuring. Okay, so stature similar to dwarves. Fantasy dwarf. I'm thinking like Gimli, Lord of the Rings. Fantasy dwarf stature. So 4'6", 4'6". Muscular burly. That'll be fun to draw the muscles. Envisioning Gamabunto from Naruto. And we have a reference for that. Gamabunta meets scary biker gang dad. So is he a dad? He has blue-green skin. Whose color has slightly faded, and as he's gotten older, with a weathered, slightly scarred face. Weathered, slightly scarred face. Yellow eyes. Horizontal frog pupils. Okay. His body anatomy is more human leaning than frog. So, more human anatomy than frog. So we'll keep that in mind. That's a good note. Than frogs. So it's gonna be like more of these upright guys here, rather than Gamabuntu is a little more frog-like, upright, like martial arts frog right there. Okay. I wonder if those drawings were real or if they were like AI drawings. I really wonder, because that top drawing looks like an AI drawing, to be honest. Yeah, I can kind of tell, even though AI drawings are really getting good, I can kind of tell. Okay. As for clothes, he dresses in slightly tattered seaman's clothing. Okay, slightly tattered seaman's clothing. Separate these notes here. White tank, torn sleeve jacket. White tank, torn sleeved jacket. Kind of like, I'm thinking of like One Piece Navy kind of thing. I'm not really sure about his lower half. It's okay, we'll figure that out. So I'll write pants. Open, creative. So we'll make that note so that we can kind of just make up the pants. Important detail is a colored beaded bracelet with the word daddy spelled on it. So that's important. Daddy bracelet. The way he fights, he jumps around and clobbers people. Aerial B reverse falcon punch. Jumps around. Falcon punch style. I was hoping his pose could be him mid-air charging up for a punch. Pose. Mid-air punch charge. Okay, yeah, we can get started with that. So those are our notes. I'm going to remove now my annotations. So we have some notes here. Just going to be looking at it as I do the sketch. Let's kind of downsize these notes too. Okay, we got our notes. And then we'll just start the sketch. We'll actually call this one sketch. And then we'll use our HB pencil now. And let's get in there. Get a nice big brush for sketching. Now we have a pose. So we have a short monk. I almost want to sketch him like first, but I think that would use a lot of time. I have an idea of what his physique might be already. Like, it's kind of small and stocky. And I'll just call this notes. And I'll sketch here will be, okay, so we'll get the major forms, head. So mid-air, so his legs would be jumping. So I want this sort of fat, not too fat though, but burly, right? Short and burly. Sort of a strongman physique. So, but a frog head, so kind of flat on the top with eyes kind of like here. And then nice long mouth. Open. Instead of like I kind of like the O mouth here, like instead of like a wide mouth open, kind of like the O mouth. And then if we're doing a falcon punch, his chest is out when he's charging it up. And then let's get some hips down here. Where is Captain Falcon's arm when he's charging up? It's kind of like just resting kind of to the side here. So this one would be like fist right here. But if we're charging up a punch, maybe his elbow would be really far back. Monk. I'm thinking not necessarily karate, but we might be like kind of in the like Shaolin, more like Shaolin. And then these sketches, these reference photos are really nice. I'm gonna bring them up a little bit in opacity so I can see. And I don't really draw frogs very often. Fist here. We would want the twisting motion of the punch. Fist this way. I think the fist can be brought closer to his torso because he's really like charging it up. And then he is a frog, so he would be jumping here. And if he's in midair, what would be the rhythm of the legs? We want big feet, right? Even though we want more human anatomy than frog anatomy, you gotta have big feet. Especially like big legs, big feet if he's a hopper. Okay, so we'll take that. Let's refine the pose a little bit. The dynamism is not quite right here. So here's what I'll do. I'll take an airbrush eraser. Nice and big. Gonna airbrush it down a little bit. We'll try to refine the pose. Okay, I like this so far. I want to bring the references up from time to time because I don't really draw frogs much. They have that ridge over their brows. That's pretty important. So here we want to emphasize the ridge over the brow. And those high nostrils. I think the eyes are a bit too high. We want the face to kind of be flattened. Whoops. Okay, so there. Kind of like broad shoulders, especially if we're gonna burly. We're gonna get a lot of trapezius here, and we get some muscles in. Thick neck. I think we can go thick neck. Maybe we get the head a little smaller. And if his body is turned that way, that means we can get the neck over here. And then the torso kind of turned. Let's get a rib cage in there. So a frog rib cage. I guess kind of small here. And then kind of chest out. Yeah, I think the chest out is really important. And then let's get the frog pelvis in there. And then midair. So we want. I kind of want some energy gathering going on here. He's a monk, right? So there would be some kind of. It wouldn't be just a regular punch. It would be like a mystical punch, right? A mystical punch. And we'll pull the fist in towards the torso. Get this. Let's really pull the shoulder back here. Let's get a nice expression. Yeah, there we go. That's good. And then the lower body is kind of bothering me, so let's figure this out. So if I was to punch and my chest was out, I guess you would want the lower body to always be balanced when you're fighting pose. You don't want it leaning in a certain way unless you're actually doing the attack and putting your weight in. But you always want to be in control and balanced. So in midair, I think he would have his legs like that. But we want the leg kind of more extended, right? So something like this. Let's take a look. I think that's pretty good. But he's short, right? So I think the legs would be shorter. Even though frog legs, it's most of their body, or a lot of their body, we want more human than frog, right? So we're gonna bring it in a little bit, reel it in. So monks, they have the bead necklace. He's gonna have a bead bracelet, and I don't know. I guess I want to ask: is bead bracelet around left or right? Is he right-handed, left-handed? I think that's a good question to question. Right or left? Punching hand, and then right or left bracelet hand. So that's one question I have for the commissioner. We'll start getting the anatomy in there, the thighs. Let's kind of adjust the position and size of the head to get it a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. So if we pull the neck back, it accentuates the chest getting puffed out. But we do want that big, thick neck and trapezius so that we kind of get that frog look. Let's get the anatomy in there. Let's get the pecs. I'm gonna start building the anatomy. Get the biceps in there. White tank with a torn jacket. A seaman, is that like a Navy seaman? Like, what kind of jacket would he have? Let's find reference for seaman jacket. Seaman jacket. That's a good reference we can find. Okay. I think we want biggish hands too, right? We got big feet, so we got big feet. I think we need big hands too. I think frogs kind of will have that. Kind of a strongman belly. And then the anatomy here. Push this thigh inward a little bit. Maybe angle the foot down a little more. Okay, get that dynamism in the pose. Let's mirror this to see how it looks. It's not bad, but I always gotta mirror. Okay, so there's too much of this angle going on. There's too much of that. Because we got the chest puffed out this way, and then legs going that way, and arm going that. There's too much of that angle. So I'm gonna like tilt him a little bit, and then maybe switch the angle of these legs here. Kind of push things toward that way. Kind of maybe reduce the angle of the torso. Kind of switch the angle of this leg. This is why mirroring is good, folks. Mirror often. To you digital artists out there, mirror tool often. It just helps you get a fresh look. Because for some reason, for me, the way I draw gets messed up when I'm only doing it one way. So I feel like the hip should be balanced and this leg should come up a little higher. And then I think in order to reduce that angle, we'll kind of bring this thigh down. And maybe we'll bring this arm down a little bit too. Okay, how's this? It's not bad, but I think we just need to pull it in, tighten it a little bit more to increase the tension of the punch windup. Yeah. Angle of the head's still a little weird. It's not bad. Ooh, we had to go my holy hour. I forgot about. Yeah, I should do that. I should do that before getting too carried away with this. This is a good setup. We'll mirror again, but we cannot miss our holy hour. We're going to try to do that every single day, and that will be off stream, no content, just me with in prayer and in love. So that's a good setup. We're going to leave it there for now, and yeah, talk to y'all later. God bless. Bye bye.